let's expand upon that var keyword that appeared in the last discussion. Suppose I had a simple statement, var a equals 30. Now, what exactly occurs in our JavaScript? Well, the var keyword represents a declaration of a variable which stores data values like strings, numbers, and other data types. The equal sign represents the actual assignment of that variable. So in this case, we assign the value of 30 to our variable a. Now, we don't simply refer to the a variable as just a variable, but we call it an identifier. Identifiers can have any arbitrary name the programmer decides to give it in order to represent values. Well, I should say almost every name. See, there's a couple rules that we must follow when naming identifiers in JavaScript. For one, we can't reuse reserved JavaScript keywords for our variable names. For example, we can't say var equals 30 or var equals 30. See, we get an unexpected syntax error for token var. This is because, despite the intelligence of JS, it cannot understand the meaning behind subsequent uses of the var keyword. Furthermore, our variable names cannot start with a number. This helps JS distinguish actual numbers from variables. They have to start with a letter, underscore, or $sign. But any subsequent character can include digits, letters, underscores, and more $signs. So let's think about it. Would this statement work? Well, no, we find an unexpected number, and as mentioned earlier, we cannot work with this, and you should also see from the code editor that things look a little miscolored, which is signal to you that we broke a JavaScript rule. Let's try another one. Var $underscore a equals 30, and boom, everything looks fine. And as funny as it may look, variables in JS can start with $signs and include underscores. Lastly, let's talk about variable names that potentially include more than one word within them. Consider the following statement. Var first greeting equals hello. Would this statement work? No, we see uncaught syntax error, unexpected identifier. Now, this is because JavaScript keywords or variable names or identifiers cannot have spaces within them. So, how do we create an identifier that has more than one word within it? How do we solve this problem? As a solution, we take two primary approaches in JavaScript. The first is called snake casing, which simply joins the separated words together with an underscore. So we can say var first greeting equals hello. Now, if you have a friend who doesn't like snakes, well, tell him or her not to fear, because we also have a convention called camel casing in order to have multi-word identifiers in JS. The solution here instead of an underscore is to capitalize the first letter of the next word and join them together. And boom, we have a valid identifier. Now, if your friend is scared of snakes and camels, then you're kind of out of luck. In all seriousness though, when it comes to the difference between snake casing and camel casing, it really comes down to a matter of preference for the programmer or company producing the code. Either conventions will work and will stay clear and helpful as long as you stay internally consistent with one convention throughout the program. Alright, let's graduate from variables and consider operators in JavaScript next.